having you had a fantastic week. And in this beginning of the weekend, because yes, the weekend starts on Thursday, you just have beautiful time and enjoying your life. And today I just got a reminder. Should I call it a reminder? Kind of. And today I just said to myself, let's come up here and let me share with you. You know, we started the year with a book. We started the year with a book talking about happiness and how 2026 is going to be the first year of the remaining years of our life where everything will shift because we have decided to change our perspective of things, of how we do things. And that book was I Think Myself Happy by Professor Sean Smith. And I just decided yesterday night that I'm going to review it, like just reread it for myself and just take the time to ponder upon the reflections that the books brings up. And as I was doing so, I just said, I have to share with you guys. And so, you know, we have been trained, like, how could I say, we have been trained to get worried and anxious, fearful, doubting ourselves, shame, guilt, and all that. And with this book, I think of Professor Sean Smith, the thing is, he's bringing us back to remember that this is not who we are. We are born happy. In the book, he says somewhere that in the introduction, actually, he says that the inherent quality of our being is happiness. That we are, what we are is happiness. And I was just like, but how come? And somewhere in the book also, he said, I'm sharing with you what I pondered on. And somewhere in the book, he said, the unconscious search for happiness that has as an idea to grasp the happiness in things that are outside of ourselves is bound to fail. I'm paraphrasing. I'm not really like saying it exactly with these words. And maybe should I? Yeah. Let me read it quickly. It's not. It says the unconscious pursuit of happiness leads to suffering when one attempts to grasp happiness outside of oneself. And I stopped on this sentence. I said, what? When we attempt, first of all, the unconscious pursuit of happiness is an attempt, is bound to fail when we attempt to grasp that happiness with things that are outside of ourselves. And I was like, but we have been trained to kind of restrict ourselves from being happy, not allowing ourselves to be happy until we get the goal, until my relationships are the proper relationships, until my finances are what I want them to be, until I got the degrees, I got the certification, until everything in my life is fine, good, and beautiful, then only I will permit myself to be happy. But then we come now and we are remembered that if you seek happiness in things that are outside of yourself, you are already bound to fail. It becomes a rat race. It becomes a rabbit trail that you keep on running and you never get the thing. You never get the thing. And so I was thinking, I was like, we have been so much trained to forbid ourselves from being happy until the externality are completely perfect. And someone else again, still in the introduction, he says this: true happiness is uncaused because it is your true and innate nature. True happiness is uncaused. In other words, true happiness doesn't depend on anything external. True happiness doesn't depend if things are going your way or they are not going your way. True happiness doesn't depend if You are getting the deals or you are not getting the deals. You are having the relationship or you don't have the relationship. You are having the money or you don't have the money. True happiness doesn't depend if you are rich or if you are broke. If you are broke, true happiness has no cause. Why? Because the author said it is inherent to our being to be happy. In fact, the design of our being is happiness. And I was just thinking about it. I was like, if the inherent quality of our being is happiness, and yet we find a way to choose not to be happy, or to put at stake our happiness, or to put on hold rather our happiness, depending on, I will only be happy, I will only allow myself to be happy when I will get into that school. I will only allow myself to be happy when I will get the proper relationship. I will only allow myself to be happy when I will get the deal, get the certification, get the money. And then I'm told that the true design of my being is to be happy. It's like being a dog and refusing, not allowing yourself to show for the characteristic of a dog because of this, that, and the third. And therefore, you are acting as a cat. When you sound like a dog, you look like a dog, you are a dog. But you are not allowing yourself to be a dog because you feel like I can only allow myself to be a dog when I will get this to-do list will be done. So what did he left us with? With a whole life filled with disappointment, on a deep sense of unfulfillment. A deep sense of unfulfillment, of disappreciation of life, of ingratitude, because we are functioning against our own nature. If our inherent nature, quality as beings, is to be happy, it's like a dog that is refusing to wah wah and is just trying to do meow, but he's a dog. He's refusing to act like a dog. He wants to insist to be among cats when he's a dog. Is it not setting yourself for a life of disappointment, of failure, of frustration, of anger, of resentment, of bitterness? Is it not what it is? And then I thought about children, toddlers, from 0 to 3. I said, but children are happy. Like, come on, they are happy. They don't need an excuse. They don't need an event to happen for them to be happy. They don't need that it should be their birthday. There should be they get up happy. They go to bed happy. They may stumble somewhere and cry for 2 seconds, and then the next thing you know, they have forgotten about it and they move on. Children are intrinsically happy until they get traumatized by their environment and by the socialization. But happiness is something like it's just like it's not obvious to them. To them, it's like being worried, being anxious, being fearful. That's what's strange to them. But being happy is being. For them, being happy is simply being. It's simply being. It's simply being. And I was just thinking about one of my nephews. And his father asked him some few months back during Christmas, what do you want as Christmas gifts? Whatever you want. And this, and he asked for 2, I don't want to call the brand here. He asked for 2 juice, in particular brand. And his mother and his grandma were like, you don't want chicken, you don't want you want just this. He said just these 2 juice and it will be the best Christmas of his life. And I was thinking back about it today and I was like, these 2 Jews made him so happy when us as adults were looking at it like they have given you full course, no limits in whatever you want, and you ask for 2 Jews. But then I thought he is happy. Happiness is his being. So he doesn't need much to be happy. Why? Because he intuitively knows that he is the happiness. And now every other thing wants to come to him because he is the happiness. It's not the things that make him happy. It's not the eating of the chicken that makes him happy. It's not having the bicycle or whatever it is that makes him happy. He is the happiness. And therefore the Jewish wants to come to him. The bicycle wants to come to him. This, that, and the third wants to come to him because they want to enjoy that happiness that he is with him. Not the other way around. He intuitively knows that he is the happiness, not the things, not the people, not the events. He is the happiness. And because he is happiness, now things, events, and people start fighting to come to him so that they can have a glimpse of enjoying happiness with him who is happiness. I don't know if you see the turnaround. And I was like, oh my goodness. And when life becomes that way, when we unlearn to be depressive and sad and discouraged and angry and bitter and frustrated because the externality are not going according to our plan or according to what we had calculated or according to what we were told that this is what you're supposed to be to do at this particular time of your life. When we are tired of living that life, when we are constantly unsatisfied, ungrateful, disappointed, angry, tired, and then we just decide to flip the thing. What if we just decide to be happy? Period. We don't need an excuse. We don't need a cause. We are just happy because that's who we are. We are born happy. We are designed. Our nature, what we are is happiness. And we just decide that this is who we are. This is what we are doing. What if we cross to the other board and say, you know what? This side, I've been here for some decades now. Okay? Where I allow the externality to tell me, to give me permission to be happy. And for some reason or another, the externality are never quite all there. There's always something missing in the scene. And therefore, I have never really allowed myself to be fully and genuinely and purely happy because I felt like I always had to have a reason for happiness. But now, after 1 decade, 2 decades, 3 or more, of that perception of life, I've decided to cross to the other board. Let me just be happy no matter what. Things are looking like they're moving, I am happy. Things are not looking like they're moving, I'm still happy. Because at the end of the day, that other side where I've been for some decades is not working. It's not. So why should I insist? I don't remember which author said it's insanity to keep on doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So let me cross to the other side and just decide to be happy. I don't need a cause. I don't need something to happen, somebody to appear, something to be given to me. I am just happy because this is my original design. And I decide to embrace that design and accept that I am happiness and it doesn't need a cause. It's just what I am. It's just what I am. It's just the inherent quality of my being, and I choose to embrace it. And I choose that I allow myself, I give permission to my soul and to my body to feel happy, independent, irrespective of the externality. Irrespective of what the externality shows me out there. Irrespective. So, I really think this is going to be the best year of our lives. Because if you are happy intrinsically, like inherently, without it being bound to whatsoever that is outside of you, how could it not be the best year of your life? How could it turn any other way but the best year of your life? It's not even possible that you could have any other outcome than be the best year of your life. Because you have not, for the first time in your life, you are no more allowing the year or the month or the day to give you the prediction, to tell you how you are supposed to feel about that day, but you are telling to the day, you are telling to the month, you are telling to the year, I'm going to be happy. I don't really care what you show up, what you don't show up. Me, on my side, me and my family, we have decided that we are happy. No matter what you show or you don't show. I am happiness, and I choose to embrace and to give full permission to myself to just be what I am. Happiness. Let us give ourselves permission to be what we are, fully what we are. Happiness, happiness, happiness. Okay, guys, it's on this note that I'm leaving you. For those of you who want to dive even more, there is an offer that will be in the description box. Reinvented Woman Blueprints. And I'll meet up with you again tomorrow. Love yourself, be kind to yourself, do not judge yourself. Love your love, accept your acceptance, receive your reception. Be happy. That's your natural design. That's your inherent quality. That's what you are. Happiness. Bye bye, guys. See you tomorrow.